10 top tourist attractions in Venice. The city was built on 118 islands off the coast of northeastern Italy. Venice is unlike any other city in Europe. Unchanged in appearance for more than 600 years, the city of canals looks more like something out of a picture book than a modern metropolis. It's a place where the entire city is viewed as an attraction itself. A city packed with great art and architecture, millions of visitors come each year to enjoy the experience that is Venice. Even at the height of tourist season, however, Venice is a travel destination that managed to exceed all expectations. Here are the top tourist attractions in Venice that makes visiting this Italian city so special. St. Marks Basilica. Certainly Venice's best-known church, and one of the most easily recognized in the world, St. Marks Basilica was originally the Doge's private chapel. Decorated with Byzantine art treasures that are part of a package of treasures bought back by Venetian ships after the fall of Constantinople. The gold-backed mosaic pictures above the doorway on the facade only hint at the mosaic artistry inside, where 4,240 square meters of gold mosaics covers the domes and walls. This set up a distinctly Byzantine tone to its soaring interior. But you'll find treasures from other periods, including later pieces designed by Titian and Tintoretto. Names you'll encounter all over the city. St. Mark's Square. The vast expanse of Venice's largest square is brought together and made to seem almost intimate by the elegant uniformity of its architecture on three sides. But more than its architectural glaze, St. Mark's Square is loved as Venice's living room. The place where everybody gathers, strolls, drinks coffee, stops to chat, meet friends and tour guides, or just passes through on the way to work or play. Sides are framed in arcades, beneath are fashionable shops and even more fashionable cafes. The open end is bookmarked by erratic, exotic curves, swirls, and mosaics. Bridge of Sights. Built in 1600, the Bridge of Sights connects the interrogation room in the Doge's Palace to the new prison across Rio di Palazzo. It was designed by Antonio Contino, whose uncle Antonio da Ponte had designed the Rialto Bridge. According to one theory, the name of the bridge comes from the suggestion that prisoners would sight at their final view of beautiful Venice throughout the window on their way to execution. In reality, the days of summary executions were over by the time the bridge was built, and the cells under the palace roof were occupied mostly by small-time criminals. Santa Maria della Salute. This 17th century church stands at the point where the Grand Canal meets the Venetian lagoon. The white stone edifice, with its massive dome, was constructed as a shrine to the Virgin Mary for saving the city from a plague that killed a third of its population. In addition to the altar sculpture that depicts the Madonna of Health, driving the demon plague from Venice, an extensive collection of works by Titian on display, including ceiling paintings of the scenes from the Old Testament. Caresonico. Of all the stately palazzos that line the Grand Canal, no building better illustrates what life was like in the 18th century Venice. Used as a setting for the 2005 film Casanova, starring Heath Ledger, the palace's grand ballroom has played host to over-the-top parties for more than 200 years. English poet Robert Browning was one of the last to make the palazzo his home. Today, the entire building is open to the public. While many of the paintings on display are reproductions, the ceilings are authentic and have been restored to their original glory. Campanile. One of the most recognizable landmarks in the whole of Venice, Campanile is located on the famous St. Mark's Square and is the tallest building in the city, towering to the height of 99 meters. The bell tower was completed in 1912, although the building we see before us today was built in 1912 after it suddenly collapsed. While the main body of the bell tower is quite plain, the upper realms of Campanile have some lovely architecture on show, in the form of beautiful arcs and stonework. An elevator brings visitors straight up to the top of Campanile, where they have a great view over Venice and the lagoon. Rialto Bridge. The Rialto Bridge is one of the 4 bridges spanning the Grand Canal. For nearly 300 years, it was the only way to cross the Grand Canal on foot. The stone bridge is a single-span design by Antonio da Ponte. It was completed in 1591 and was used to replace a wooden bridge that collapsed in 1524. The engineering of the bridge was considered so audacious that some architects predicted the future collapse. The bridge has defied its critics to become one of the most architectural icons of Venice. Doge's Palace. During the prosperous centuries of the Venetian Republic, the city magistrates, or Doges, ruled the city like royalty. The Palazzo Ducale was not only the residence of the Doge, but the city's center of power and its administrative hub as well. The building was constructed in two phases. The eastern wing, which faces the Rio de Palazzo, was built between 1301 and 1340. The western wing, facing the Piazzetta San Marco, took an additional 110 years to build and was completed in 1450. Visitors who take the secret itinerary tour can also walk through hidden passageways to view the private council rooms, torture chambers, and the prison cell from which Giacomo Casanova made his escape in 1756. Grand Canal. There is no better way to begin an exploration of Venice than with a gondola ride down the Grand Canal. In a city where cars are banned, gondolas, water taxis, and public vaporetto, water buses, are the primary sources of transportation. The city's aquatic thoroughfare snakes throughout the center of the city, from St. Marks Basilica to the Church of Santa Chiara. Lined on either side by Romanesque, Gothic, and Renaissance structures, the Grand Canal is crossed by 4 bridges, the most famous of which is the 16th century Rialto Bridge. The best time of the day for a gondola ride is in the early morning, where the canal shimmers with golden light. Lido. Perfect for visitors who want to soak up the sun and enjoy the beach, the Lido has a long stretch of sandy beach, and is a great place to head up if you want to take a break from all the sightseeing in Venice. The sandbar islands lie to the south and southeast of Venice, enclosing the lagoon within it and facing out onto the Adriatic Sea.